Hi everyone, how you doing? I just got out of the shower like 10-15 minutes ago, and I had this overwhelming urge to deliver a message to whoever is watching. So I thought I would do this in sort of a style of you visiting your favorite tarot reader or your local psychic and sitting right in front of this person and getting a reading, or your friend that reads tarot and oracle cards. And so I'm here to deliver a message for your current moment, whatever you need to know. I hope this message resonates with you, but as you know, it's a general reading, blah, 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 blah. So it may or may not resonate with you, but I know that there's somebody out there that this message needs to be delivered to, because I was minding my own business in the shower and I was just like, I gotta get the hell out of here. Of course, when I'm done with my business, wash everything I needed to wash, quickly put on a t-shirt, and I'm here. Don't worry, I got pants on. So I don't know why I'm saying all that. But if you guys are interested in weekly pick-a cards, I do them over on Patreon, as well as early access to monthly pick-a cards, predictions, and I also actually do a private reading for every single member that joins. So far, I have 33 beautiful, lovely, 35 I think actually now, beautiful, lovely Patreons. Or patrons, is that what it's called? Thank you so much for your support. So I'm still able to actually do a 1-card pull for each and every single member. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but that is what I offer, as well as many other things. So if you guys want to check it out, but here you are with your choices. First choice, it might be backwards, but it's gonna be this lapis lazuli. I don't know if it's going to focus on there. My camera is kind of acting up these days. Maybe it's time for a new one. I don't know. But here you are, excuse me. Lapis lazuli, there you go. And lapis lazuli is an extremely powerful crystal because it has been used throughout time and history, you know, in various spiritual ways. So this is a very, very powerful type of crystal. Now we got the Herkimer diamond. Okay. Herkimer diamond right there, and look how beautiful that is, crystal clear. Okay. And then you got my favorite, well, maybe I should say that. But the Sunstone. Don't let that sway your decision. But here we got the Sunstone, which is really tiny. It's probably the smallest crystal I have, but at the same time packs a whole punch. This is kind of like, a positivity pill when you need it. Don't eat it, of course. It looks juicy. It looks like you could eat it, but don't eat it, obviously. We all know that. So you got 1, 2, and 3. Okay? And then I will be using tarot. And I'll be shuffling. So do what you gotta do. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea. All right, so I'm going to start with number 1, and I'm going to put these guys right there on top of my desk. Okay, so here you are. Let's find out. So, as I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you heard me, lapis lazuli is an extremely powerful crystal that has been used all the way back in ancient Egypt as well. Very, very spiritual in a sense. And actually, your card is blue. Okay, and I'm sorry guys if the lighting is poor or my camera is not picking up on the card. I do apologize. This is a last minute reading that I felt very strongly pulled to do, and my lighting is a little bit poor and I can't really fix that. But so blue, right? Obviously blue is your throat chakra, so there is a need for you. What you need to know in this current moment, whenever you're watching it, is that your sense of self-expression may be kind of held back, in a sense that you need to speak up about something. You need to take action. You need to allow yourself to sing, speak, create in this moment from a very authentic place in your heart. So don't speak any lies. Speak your authentic truth, and that is what is going to lead you into a better path, okay? But this card says changes. So you are facing changes in your life right now. Get ready for it. All right, friends. There is a change coming your way, and this is divinely guided change. I don't know how you're going to be taking it, whether it's a welcome change or a change that you're scared of. Whatever it is transformation. It is happening for you in this moment, not against you. All right, so remember that change is very, very important for you. So actually, let's go into what the tarot has to say, but I'm also going to pull at the end of the reading, if you guys want to ask a yes or no question, something that can be answered with yes or no, then, you know, stick by. Wait till the end, I guess you could say. But yeah. All right, so let's get into this. Group number 1, what do they need to know? Okay, so we have the 5 of Cups, right? Same thing. There is a change coming your way. But let me just go ahead and pull the rest of the cards first. We got the 5 of Cups. What does group number 1 need to know in this moment? All right, so we got the 5 of Cups. Okay, show you that to you guys. 5 of Cups right there. Then we have the 8 of Pentacles reversed. And then we have the 9 of Cups. Okay, so you're trying to get to the 9 of Cups. How do you get there? We're trying to find that out, because the 9 of Cups speaks on the fact that yes, there is an ending that is approaching in your life. But as you can see here, we have Jupiter in Pisces, right? So Pisces rulership is Jupiter, so it's in its own sort of home. And what I feel in this moment, just by looking at the 9 of Cups, is this is your end goal. This is where you're trying to be at, which is the Lord of material happiness. As you can see here, it's an ultimate moment in which you are recognized for your efforts and you get the results that you really desire, that you're itching to get. Your palms are itching, you know, knees weak, arms are heavy, or whatever. No, not in that way. I'm trying to say that you are trying to reach this point where you feel that abundance coming towards you, but it's a direct result of the hard work that you have been putting in. So it's being recognized for your efforts, okay? It's you getting to that point where there's applause and there's like a lot of positive supporting energy towards what you're trying to achieve. But anyways, with the 5 of Cups, Lord of loss and pleasure, we got Mars in Scorpio, again in its own sign. And what I feel that this is speaking on is the fact that there was a very much of a almost like an unexpected change that you had to go through. Okay, and so you had to kind of maneuver your way, go with the flow, and almost learn the new way of trying to handle this situation. And I think many of us can say this in this moment, as I uploaded, that we have been through something very, very drastic that we had to adjust our whole new lifestyle towards. And with the 5 of Cups, I feel that there is some sort of something that you are stuck on from the past, right? Because the number 5 talks about sudden changes, but these changes are occurring because it is trying to invite more freedom into your life. In some ways, things were becoming stagnant. In some ways, things were starting to become stuck, and it was no longer offering you the growth that you so deserve in your life. And as we go through life, we must continue to grow and we must continue to change. So this change, whether it was welcomed or unwelcomed or whatever it is, you had to go through it. And you had to learn to navigate it. Your soul needed to learn that lesson, see? Your soul never has experienced change in this capacity or in this type of situation. Maybe it experienced some different changes, but not on an emotional level. I feel like this was very, very emotional, right? Because it's the cups. We're talking like deep stuff. We're talking deep emotional stuff. It's not like your favorite restaurant. Maybe some of you are attached to this in a way if you're a foodie like me, but your favorite restaurant completely changed their menu or took your favorite dish off the menu. It's like, oh, well, it's not devastating. We could be dramatic about it, but it's first world problems, right? But the Five of Cups is like, oh, it's a heartbreak, or it's like something that happened, some kind of change that really affected your emotional state. And therefore you had to sort of maneuver up that courage within you, maneuver up that deep rooted perseverance and courage you didn't know you had. It's like, damn, I didn't know I could make it through that, right? I didn't know I had that in me. But see, you had to go through that to realize that about yourself. You had to go through that to realize that you are a strong being. Okay? And I'm sorry I'm doing these hand gestures. I really am getting into my local psychic reader vibe. One day it is my dream to have my own storefront. I'm kidding. But it's like, really, you know, I speak with my hands. And I feel like that inner warrior within yourself, that inner fighter, really deserves a win. Okay? Really deserves a win because it's worked hard enough. A winner is not made overnight. Those inspiring stories that we hear are often that of people who came from nothing and rose to such a position despite their circumstances. And you have to realize that although you may not have a movie made about yourself, like Muhammad Ali or anything like that, you yourself are in a movie of your life, right? And so you have persevered and you have made it through this change. Now it is time for you to give yourself that damn credit. Psh, psh, psh. This is me slapping you. Okay? Give yourself that damn credit. Get back in that ring and you are going to fight again and you will always be a champion. You are a world champion, goddammit. Okay? And I'm being serious here. Like, you just got to realize it about yourself. Why in the fuck do you forget that about yourself? Why don't you give yourself the credit that you deserve? Why are you so mean to yourself? Why are you so harsh to yourself? Just as easily, if you were in the audience, okay? If you were in the audience and you were watching this fighter, all bloody, you know, time and time again, they get up again and they take that punch again, they get up again, they're not willing to give up. You will be cheering them on. You will be clapping and yelling and just buying their merch, sitting up there with their merch on and with some kind of a sign in your hand, and you'll be, get up, go, right? How come you can't do that for yourself? Take this moment now to tap yourself on the back. Because what you had to go through wasn't easy. Maybe some of you had to deal with some manipulation. Some of you had to deal with the deepest, darkest root of the hidden trauma that got brought up again, and you just had to like go through it again. I mean, trauma repeats itself unless we decide to put an end to it. Unless we once and for all heal from it and decide not to repeat it. And, you know, that's also a generational thing, right? Why is there generational curse? It's because it's not a quote-unquote a curse that a witch casted on a particular family member, right? Like, let's just say, like, oh my gosh, but it's because it's not quite a curse. I don't believe this, okay? Maybe some of you guys believe it. I'm not spitting on your belief. I'm just saying the way that I look at it, a generational curse or a family curse happens because the trauma is repeating itself. See? For example, and I'm just going to give you an example, my actual blood grandfather left my father when he was 1 year old. And so my dad repeated that. He left me and my brother and my mother. Okay? And I don't know how that's going to take an effect on my brother or myself. But I picked the most terrible people to be in a relationship because of that. And I'm just here to say that I have healed from that. And I have seen my own patterns. And that was the scariest thing, right? When you got to look at yourself in a mirror and you got to recognize that shadow within you. So you had to do all of that. You had to deal with all kinds of manipulative behavior. Maybe you have been a manipulative person yourself. At times, we all have been there. Don't try to sit here on my channel, try to pretend you're an angel, okay? We've all done fucked up shit. We've all repeated our hurts onto other people or onto ourselves furthermore. Pushing people away from us, pushing opportunities or love away from us because all we know is pain. So I want you to know with the 5 of Cups that you are ready to put an end to this. You are ready to say no more. I'm not going to deny the hurt that it was casted on me. I'm not going to deny that I'm still sensitive about it. I'm not going to deny that it hurts my heart. But from this day on, it will not take power away from me. That's all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do. You don't have to sit there and pretend that you're okay, that you are like some kind of Iron Man with a metal shield and you got so much protection around you that nothing can fucking hurt you. You don't have to do that. But all you got to do is just say, it doesn't have power over me. It's hurt me. I'm still raw about it, but it doesn't have power over me. You take back that power. Okay? You don't have to pretend you're a robot. You're a human, period. Okay? That's what the 5 of Cups is saying, is that you are freaking strong. And then the 8 of Pentacles is here because it's recognizing the hard work you have put in, but at the same time, you sometimes are your harshest critic. And what you need to do here with the Sun in Virgo is to heal once and for all. Heal. Okay? I'm sort of like ASMR. I'm yelling and doing ASMR at the same time. Anyways, that's what you gotta do. Because the Virgo energy is saying to you now that you need to heal yourself. You need to tap into that healing mode. You need to communicate what it is that you gotta communicate here with the lapis lazuli, the blue color, right? That throat chakra here with the changes you're going to be facing. Get prepared for it. Is that no one is more prepared than a freaking Virgo, okay? And I'm not talking about sun signs, moon signs, rising, da-da-da-da. I'm just saying the Virgo energy. The Virgo energy is seen 10 steps ahead. And although some might not say a Virgo is a psychic, most psychic sign, I think it is because guess what? Oh, you bet your ass if you go on a hike, they're envisioning somebody, scraping their knees. They're the one that's bringing the Band-Aids. They're the ones bringing the Advil in case someone gets a headache on the hike. They're bringing the extra water, okay? They're bringing an energy bar in their bag. Okay? Just please. That's what I'm saying about the Virgo, is that it's a healer. And that it foresees situations. It's thinking about it. You know what I mean? And it's the communicative energy of Mercury. So right now with the sun in the Virgo energy here with the Eight of Pentacles is that you got to put work behind it, and you will see the results of the Nine of Cups. But it doesn't go without skipping ahead of the Eight of Cups, right? Some people say spiritual bypass, da 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 da. I don't necessarily subscribe to that idea, because I say that there's no bypassing. It's going to catch up to you sometime. You can look at a 25-year-old person and say, you're spiritually bypassing. Well, no. Wait till they end their life, because sometime in their life, they are going to reach that point. Okay? So that's my thing, is that's why reincarnation exists as well, is that we can't bypass it. It's going to catch up to us in this lifetime or some other time, period. So you can't just disregard this card, right? And just say 5 of Cups to 9 of Cups. Boom. From hurt to success. No, it involves work. That's that Saturnian energy of the 8 of Cups. Excuse me, the Pentacles. I apologize. Because these are both cups, right? But Pentacles in the middle, because it's like, hey, you got to plant those seeds. You got to put those intentions in. You got to water it. You got to watch it grow. You got to give it sunlight. You got to give it an appropriate soil upon it for it to grow upon. So the Eight of Pentacles is just kind of saying, it doesn't go without work, number one. Number two, time to heal. Healing is work too. It's not easy. Okay? And it is to then allow yourself to express how you feel outwardly, in order to start feeling joy again in your life. Okay? But that's all that I get from these 3 cards here. And then if you guys wanted to ask a question, you can. But please remember that whatever answer you may get, this is a general reading. If you're hoping for a yes and a no comes up, maybe it's because there's an obstacle that you need to work around, or maybe you have to be honest with what you desire. Sometimes we think we want something, but it's not, our soul doesn't want it. You know what I mean? Our soul is like, been there, done that. I don't need that, Oh my gosh, something was like right here. I don't know what it is. Anyways, okay, here we go. Ask a question that can be answered by 1 card. Okay, for group number 1. Okay. You guys got 2 cards. We have remain positive. Okay. And then you got wait. So that's your answer. Remain positive, wait. Because so I was talking about the 8 of Pentacles being like kind of the Saturnian energy right here, because the number 8, right? The number 8, first of all, talks about transformation, but it also is that Saturn energy of hard work and perseverance, that is only willing to give you something after you deserve it, after you understand the consequence and how much do you want it, and if you really want it long term. Okay. Not something that is here to temporarily satisfy you. So this is commitment. This is hard work. This is long-term success after the hard work. So that's why it says, hey, it doesn't happen overnight. Remain positive and wait. Okay, that is the message that I have for you guys, group number 1. All right. Okay, group number 2. Let me take a sip of my tea. Okay, group number 1. I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but if you want to hang on till the end, I will be answering a question, a yes or no question. But remember, it's a general reading. Okay, so yes or no question at the end. And so let's find out your message, your main message here. So, interesting. Wow, I love this for you guys. Well, first of all, the Herkimer diamond It's clear messages coming to you from your crown chakra. And we have a purple card here. So what it is that there are downloads and messages coming to you right now that you cannot ignore, or something that you have to utilize your mental strategy and wisdom and intellect to get you through. Maybe there is something that your brain is craving to kind of educate itself on, things that you are curious about. Okay, that's all the crown chakra. So it's about thinking and messages, divine messages. And also the psychic senses, right? Because the purple really is that energy. And that's what the Herkimer diamond helps you, is to get clear and concise messages. So what this says is that there is some knowledge that you have, but you are able to see through this situation. Much like with the Herkimer diamond, it's very, very clear. You can see the opposite side, just like glass, right? So you have the wisdom to see through this situation. Why are you ignoring what your intuition is telling you? Do not ignore it. And obviously you see millions and millions of these pick-up cards and messages. It's always talking about listen to your intuition. But really, it's the truth. Because that is our divine compass. That is our divine knowledge that we all have on an individual basis. And only we know what is best for us. You don't want to put your life in the hands of somebody else to make decisions for you left and right, right? So that's what it's saying. Because this is me, okay? I stand there all day and I'm like asking my boyfriend, hey, does this shoes look better with this outfit, or do these shoes look better? And he's like, the left ones. I always pick the right ones, don't I? I don't really care what he has to say. I gotta go with how I feel. I like the right ones. He likes the left ones. So why am I asking? I could have saved both of us some time and just put the right ones, damn it. You know, that's the message here. So anyways, you have this intellect to see through a situation. Listen to that, right? We're going to pull some cards here for you guys. But before I do, I'm just going to click. There we go. Okay. Because after 30 minutes, it gets cut off. I don't want to get rudely interrupted. All right, group number 2. What do they need to know with the purple color? Group number 2, what do they need to know? Oh, there we go. Okay, so first of all, excuse me, we have the Knight of Pentacles, Lord of the Wild in Fertile Land. Okay, and then we have the Nine of Pentacles, okay? And then we have the Queen of Swords. So it looks to me that this situation, for some of you, does involve another person. Maybe it's not something that is just on you. Maybe it involves another person or something like that. But you know, it's not like that for everybody. Just keep an open mind. And as I stated earlier, I don't know if you heard me say, like, I want this to be like a friend reading your cards, or your local tarot reader or whatever. So I hope you can kind of see the cards. I'll show them to you as well. The Knight of Pentacles, right? Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so here we go. This is what I believe. This is to do with a very destined situation. Okay, now everything's destined, right? Obviously, but this to me sounds like it was pre-written. I'm sorry if I kind of am not really making sense in the moment. I hope that some of you guys know what I'm talking about. What I feel here is it's your destiny to carve a way for yourself into security. Okay, there's something that you need to do right now that is your destiny, that you need to invest in. Okay, because with the Knight of Pentacles is speaking on the fact that there is something that is outside of your comfort zone right now that you need to make slow and steady progress towards. It might not be comfortable for some of you guys. It might be kind of out of your comfort zone or something that you are used to. It's requiring you to step up to the plate and allow this change to come in your way that is willing to give you something that is irreplaceable. Some of you guys, this is a financial situation or a very, very stable connection. Something that is incredibly grounding. But first you got to put your trust in it, don't you? You can't go into it a skeptic. Because the pentacle energy is like, hey, it's all or nothing. Okay? It's grounded and rooted in truth and into the soil. See, a tree cannot stay there if its root, which is below the darkness, is stable, right? We don't really see what's below the surface. And what's below the surface is years and years of hard work and perseverance and all that stuff that the pentacle energy talks about. Is investing in yourself, is every day growing stronger and stronger and stronger. It is the bones of the whole operation. You can't see my bones with the naked eye unless I walk through an x-ray. But the bones, you bet your ass, is what's helping me not melt into the ground, along with my muscles. Again, you can't see my muscles either. Well, maybe now you can. But no, I'm talking about in a naked eye sense. Okay? Now, it might be kind of like, what is Anza talking about? But I hope you know it's what we can't see. The effort and the hard work that you have been putting in, what we can't see, is what is helping you today to stand up firm. Plant your feet on the ground. And you will continue to do this. So don't ever second guess your own strength. But you know, I hate to use this as an example, but this is what comes to mind. I guess Amazon wasn't a successful thing overnight, right? We heavily rely on it today, and that's another story, but a lot of stores are closing because a lot of us go to Amazon instead. But it didn't start off like that, right? Apparently it started off with like one person, maybe Jeff Bezos or whatever. Let's not get into that because some people have strong opinions on that. But that's just what I'm saying here with the Knight of Pentacles, is that it's not an overnight success. It's the below the surface shit that you have been putting into this that you should be very, very proud of. Okay? Because actually, for a lot of you guys, it has a lot to do with finances. It does. Or your career. Or your direction in life. And I say this because, first and foremost, that crown chakra thing that I was talking about, your intellect, your ability to see through the situation, you have a lot of wisdom that you need to rely upon in this moment, really relates to the Queen of Swords. See, the Queen of Swords is that air element, as you might already know, is your intellect, it's your knowledge, it's your ability to communicate, it's your belief system. Yes, your belief system. Okay? So with the Queen of the Thrones of Air, or whatever it says right here, is the fact that you have a lot of knowledge that you have gained through the hardships that you have been through. See, you know, knowledge is the best teacher. The experience is the best teacher, right? So you could sit here and have all these degrees and masters and doctorates and da-da-da-da-da, but if you have never put your ass on the streets and lived life, maybe you lack that experiential knowledge, if that's even a word. See, you can tell I didn't go to college because I'm making words in my mind and I'm just, spitting it out. But I hope that kind of makes sense, is that experience is the best teacher that one can have. And so you have all of that. That's why you got it right up here. In the brains. You got the brains. You are the brains of the operation, both psychically and intelligently and all of these kind of stuff. So I honestly see that this is amazing cards, right? I mean, they got the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. These are great cards. So what you need to know is you need to Even if things are not quite visible to the eye right now, what's below the surface supports you. And that's your wisdom, that's your experience, that's your knowledge, that's your psychic intuition. You gotta fall into that. Even if things don't look right on the outside right now, wait a minute, 1 + 1 = 3? No way, it doesn't make sense. It does make sense. It will make sense. There's a hidden factor right now that will be revealed to you. But even before it's revealed, you gotta lean into your intuition. You gotta do what you think is right in this moment. Because chances are you are correct. Now, I said earlier it might involve another person. It doesn't have to for everybody. But if it does involve another person, I want you to know that you have the right idea of this person. You gotta listen to that. Despite what they're saying, how they're acting, da 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 da. We could sit here all day. They could give us excuses. They could, lie up and down. And I'm not saying they're bad people. For some of you, they are lying up and down. For others of you guys, it's like they're playing mind tricks on you. They're trying to fuck with your stability. Okay? Why? Why are you letting them? You are the fucking queen. At the end of the day, you are the queen. I don't care if you identify as a female or not. You are the queen. So what the hell? Why are you letting a knight come and fuck your shit up? Whether it's a person or just something going up in your mind or whatever. If it's not a person, it's not a person. But sometimes things kind of come into our life and make us question ourselves. And right now it's saying you don't want that. You don't want to kind of let that happen, because what it is that right here with the Nine of Pentacles here, someone is trying to fuck with your stability, okay? Now, again, might be someone or not somebody, but whatever it is, your destiny is to go towards this thing. First of all, is to heal from your fears, from your traumas. Because they don't have any control over you. You are not your trauma. You are not your fears, right? We all know that. But your destiny is to heal from that. And your destiny here also is, we've got a lot of Virgo energy, right? And the Queen of Swords can be a Virgo, because even though it is an earth sign with the pentacle energy, it is ruled by Mercury, which is the intellect, which is the communication, all that kind of stuff, right? So what it's saying here right now is the need for you to kind of study the situation, communicate clearly what it is that you need to do. And when it comes to relationships that are not fair, or situations that are not fair and just, it's time to cut your ties from that. Because you are stooping low to a level that is not offering you any growth or any type of stimulation. Now, some of you might say, oh, it does provide me stimulation, Anza. You bet your ass it does. But I'm talking in a sense of soul growth here, folks, not what's going on in your pants. Some of you guys are what? I'm not even talking about. Anyways, so I'm sorry if that doesn't apply to some of you guys, but here's what it is. Whether it involves a person or not, what it is that ultimately you got the knowledge, you got the intellect, you got the intuition. It's not wrong. I'm here to reassure you that whatever you're thinking right now, it's correct. Okay? And actually, this is completely different. Okay? For some of you guys, I'm getting this message here. Anza, stop talking about all of that. What's going to resonate is that you've got an idea here. You have been thinking about something. It's time to invest into it, because it's going to lead to the Nine of Pentacles, which is material gain. Okay? You're actually going to walk into a situation in which whatever's going on in your mind is going to turn into pentacles, turn into money, finances, financial success, material gain. But you can't doubt that about yourself. You got to really follow through with everything that you got. Because you were born to communicate, you were born to write, you were born to exercise your intellect and your communication skills in some way or the other. Whether it's in a creative way or an intellectual, whatever it is. Okay? That's what I get here. Okay? So this is overall great energy. So let me go into this real quick before I bore the hell out of some of you guys. But it is unknown territory, guys. It is unknown territory. But don't get discouraged by that, because there is so much potential in the unknown. Okay, so you ask your question away, but remember it's general. I guess that was it. Be assertive. There you go. Be assertive, like the Queen of Swords. Cut through bullshit. Make a way for yourself. You got a weapon in your hand. What are you doing? You got the sharpest tool, which is your mind. What are you doing? Be assertive. Speak up for yourself. Okay? That is what I see for you guys. Okay, let me put that right there. I want to make sure these are shuffled well before we go into the next one. Okay, so group number 3, we have the Sunstone right here. Okay, so let's find out. If you want to stick until the end, I will be answering a question for you with this oracle card, a yes or no question, or a question that can be answered with one card. Yes or no questions, okay? But remember, it's a general reading. Okay, so we've got the Sunstone. I talked about earlier how the Sunstone, one of my favorite crystals, it's like a happy pill. It's like an energy pill, right? Like an energy drink. So let's, ooh, I'm done. You know why I'm done? Because I know that whenever I get that urge to pick a card or deliver a message, I know that's how, okay, I'm sorry. You guys are like, I don't give a shit, Anza, like about your process. But honestly, I want you guys to know, like, I'm not a channel that pumps out content, because I need to really feel in that moment that I need to deliver a message. That's why I'm inconsistent, and that is in the detriment of my channel. But I'm telling you guys, I don't know if you watched 1 and 2, each of the stones correlate to the color of the chakra. I just can't right now. So this is your, it says, so this is in Japanese, obviously, so I'm just like, okay, how do I translate this? So basically what it's saying is that you need to either listen to the opinions of other people, right? Maybe someone has really helpful advice, or that you should be there to give advice to other people. So for some of you guys, you really have a really excellent inner knowing. You have a really good gut feeling about things, right? And you need to kind of utilize that to help other people. And you can't doubt that about yourself. That first and foremost, that you are a healer, that you have a lot to offer to other people, okay? In that you have incredible advice. And I believe this is an innate talent that you carry within your soul. It's like just an inner knowing. This is not school smart, this is not book smart, this is not like master's smart. This is literally from the gut feeling that you have, that can really help other people. And so there is somebody out there in your life that needs advice. For some of you guys, it's that you are wanting to follow a career path, or you feel that it is your calling to be of service to other people. Okay? So you need to know that about yourself, because with the Sunstone, first of all, the sun, right? You got to be more assertive. You are a healer. You are here to deliver light to other people. Okay, whether or not That's a whole nother story. We coexist in the dark and the light, whatever. But you are sort of a way shower. You are a leader. You are a guide. Okay? You can't doubt that about yourself. And there's also a desire that you have about something that you kind of just have to express right now. You can't hold it in anymore. And so, yeah, it's like you have a lot of energy. Now, I don't know if some of you guys were discouraged as a young person or a child where it's like, shut up, like you got too much energy. You're always so fucking extra, right? Like you're too much. I don't know if you have been told that, because I myself can kind of resonate with this in a sense. And then we just shut off because one day we opened up and we got shut down. And so all we know is, oh my gosh, I'm too much, or maybe I shouldn't show my love that easily because people are just going to take advantage of me and hurt me, or tell me to dim my light. And maybe that's not how other people are. Maybe I need to learn to kind of level myself up with other people. I'm bouncing off the walls and people say I'm ADD, ADHD. Maybe so, maybe that's the truth, but you are not extra. Okay? Or maybe you are extra, but in a positive way. Don't dim your light. You have a lot of power and energy within you. That's described by the red and orange color, right? A lot of you have this kind of color in your aura. If you're somebody who can see aura, let me know what my color is. Actually, I'm going to tell you. It's yellow and orange, mostly. Okay? So you are like a little fucking battery. And we need batteries in our life. We need power in our life. You are a vital force. You have vitality within you. You're not a fucking robot. Don't try to be a robot. Damn it. As I throw the cards. That's why you got the Sunstone. You are here to share your energy with other people. Other people need your light. Other people need your energy. Okay? Well, and then also there actually might be somebody who needs a message from you. But other than this message that's written right here, you see a lotus back there, right? And the lotus is talking about the fact that you've risen from all this bullshit, from all this dirt and muck and yucky stuff. You have risen, and all people see is the surface beauty. Sometimes we get discouraged because all society sees and recognizes and is willing to praise is surface beauty. But what's really beautiful is your journey from the bullshit. All the shit you had to fucking go through in order to rise up and for you to be appreciated on the surface. For people then to see, wow, that's a beautiful lotus right there. But little do they know, you had to rise up from hell. Okay? So, you know, the lotus symbolism is really powerful in that sense. But yeah, that's what I see as well. So let's then pull some cards here for you, group number 3, Sunstone. So orange is eating citrus, consuming orange, grapefruit, lemons, and all that kind of stuff. Surrounding yourself with the orange color can be kind of powerful for you to kind of remember your own inner power, okay? Don't be self-deprecating. Don't shut yourself off. Be your authentic self. Let your gut guide you. Group number 3. What else do they need to know? Okay, so we've got the 5 of Swords. We got the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, so here we go. I hope you like this style of like your local psychic reader or your best friend reading your cards. I hope that's kind of coming across or translating in this video. But anyways, okay, 5 of Swords and the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Cups, okay? So with the Five of Swords, it's a situation where you may have felt sort of defeated, okay, by this is very specific, okay, and I don't think it's going to translate with everybody, but it's sort of like you have been discouraged by a situation in which you had to hide away your inner femininity. Either if you were brought up as a male and you were told that's too girly or whatever, or maybe it doesn't matter how you were brought up. I'm just saying that maybe you were told that you weren't good enough at some point because you were a very sensitive person. Maybe some people have told you that, oh, you're too sensitive, like you always just take it to heart, da 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 da, you know. And so that extra energy I talked about earlier and that creative feminine force was shut down because it's more of the receptive energy, right? Even though the sun is masculine, it's got to coexist with that moon energy. And so you were very reflective of a lot of people's bullshit and opinions. Very perceptive of all the energies that surrounded you. And so you dimmed your own light. And you just let things kind of come to you, right? Which again, you know, maybe it was a survival mechanism or what have you, but we all have to have that balance within us, the masculine and feminine, right? Despite what gender we identify, that doesn't matter. I'm talking about in an energetic sense. So with the Five of Swords, it almost was like that was shut down. And then instead of operating from the gut, you then went to the mind and you were like overthinking situations. Things were like, you know, bothering you in your mind. It may have manifested itself as anxiety or stress or da 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 da, whatever, right? Or like you becoming your worst critic and enemy by like things replaying in your mind and just it really, really bothering you on a mental level. So what you need to do is right now is to take care of your mental health. That's for sure what we know in this situation, because that's going to help you sort of be able to kind of remember that you do have a lot to offer, both for yourself and as well as other people. So disregard these opinions. And I feel like some of you guys are just kind of maybe always feeling like you're in a race. It's not a race, okay? I gotta tell myself this all the time because I'm a very impatient person. And I'm just like, the faster the better. I'm always like, next, fast, next, right? But we gotta put ourselves in the present moment and just realize that some things are not in a race. Okay, you're sitting in traffic or you're driving on the road. It's not a race. The fastest driver doesn't get a medal. They could get a ticket for going too fast. You know what I mean? So it's not a race. As long as you get there and you get there safe, you're all good in your own timing. You just got to be reminded of divine timing. You got to be reminded that, you know, it's not a winner or loser situation. Quit comparing yourself to other people. Okay? Quit comparing your progress or yourself to other people. And we all got to be reminded of it. It doesn't matter if we're teenagers or we're sitting here and, you know, we're in our 70s or whatever. We just got to remember it's not a race. Okay? You've come here in this lifetime to learn exactly what you need to learn. That's it. Just because everyone else is having children, you don't have to have children if you don't want to. Just because everyone else is married, you don't have to get married if you don't want to. It will happen when it needs to happen. That's the divine timing lesson. And that if you are in a situation where it doesn't offer you anything or that you don't feel like you are gaining in this situation, I'm going to be right back. Sorry. Every 30 minutes it gets cut off, right? Is there a camera out there that doesn't do that? Because I'm just thinking, like, why do I gotta do that every 30 minutes? Like, let me know if there's a camera out there. Like, not that I can afford it or anything. I just would like to know if there is such thing. because this bullshit is bothering me. Like, it takes me out of the reading. But anyways, I'm here. Seven of Swords. You know, what I feel, the Seven of Swords has been coming up a lot for me. And I don't know if you have seen my other readings, and if you did, I'm sorry for repeating myself, but I've been a reader for years and years and years, but I have lately kind of gone back to square one, and it's really refreshing. I am currently meditating on each card and seeing how it applies to my own life at 31. Not when I started reading, as whatever, right? Right now in this moment, as a 31-year-old person, how am I relating to each card in the deck? And that definition is always going to change as I continue to grow. But right now in this moment, how do I relate to the Seven of Swords? That's how I want to kind of become a better reader, by saying, okay, this is how I relate to it. Maybe it applies to you too, because I got to feel it. I can't sit here and pull shit out of my ass that's not even relevant or that I have never felt in my life. Seven of Swords is this: take what you can get. Don't throw your hands up in the air and say, oh, I'm never going to be the best. That's why I'm not going to do it at all. That's what the Seven of Swords to me is saying in this moment, is that just do what I can, right? Because I've used this example before, but I live in a apartment and I live on the second floor. And so when I do groceries, and when I do a lot of groceries, I'm just that person who's like, let me just do it in one trip. Let me break my fingers. My fingers are like, you know, the circulation is gone, and it's like, you know, my fingers hurt so much. And the bag's tearing into my fingers and my back's hurting, but I'm just like, let me take all these groceries from my car to my apartment in one step. Why? We're not in a hurry. Why can't I make a couple of trips, right? That impatience that I have with myself can work in my detriment. The fact that I'm not willing to take care of myself and to live in the moment and live slowly in my own time and have patience with my process works against me. If I'm too worried about other people and I'm carrying these 5 swords, or I'm too worried about the 2 swords left behind and I'm carrying these 5 swords, I could hurt myself. I'm not watching where I'm going. You know? Boy. It's like, I don't know why this comes to my mind, because I don't even really make spring rolls like this, but I was watching a video and somebody was frying up a whole bunch of spring rolls or whatever, or egg rolls or whatever, and without a shirt on. I mean, if you have been in the situation where you're frying something without a shirt on, you're really brave, because that oil splatter could really hurt you, right? So you're like, oh, I'm cooking this delicious thing, but now you're going to have, like, you know, burns all around your chest, and you're not going to be able to enjoy your food. So I equate everything to food, and, you know, whatever. I'm a fluffy girl, but my point is this: don't hurt yourself trying to do something. It's simple as putting a shirt on. It's simple as making a couple of trips from your car to your apartment. It's simple as just minding your own business. Doing your own thing in your own pace. Don't worry how fast the car to your right or your left is going. Don't worry what anybody else is doing. You gotta do it in your own time, and at least you're making progress. But if you stop yourself from doing anything at all because you can't be the fastest, or you can't get the results that you want as fast as you want it, or whatever it is, then you're just standing in one place. And what kind of life is that? I'm in a situation right now where I was supposed to be moved long time ago. And I was so excited when I got the news, and I told everyone, oh, I'm moving, da 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 da. And this thing happened with the world, and before that things were being delayed, and da 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 da, right? And I I kind of have to learn to appreciate my life for what it is, to not stop my life because I'm thinking once I moved, my life will change. Once I moved, I'll have a better place to record videos, and I'll have my own place. And, you know, right now I'm like recording in the dining room sort of area, which is fine, I'm really blessed to be here. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm thinking all these things, right? I'll have a quieter environment, I have this and that, and I'll be able to focus more on this, and I'll have more time to do this. And no, like, I can't stop my life for something I may or may not have. I gotta live life right now in this moment, and I gotta focus on one step at a time. Because that Five of Swords dude, he could hurt himself, because he's carrying all this and still looking at the past like this, right? In the major, I mean, not in the Rider Waite. But in this situation, what I feel is that there are things right now that your process that could work in your detriment if you are not thinking through a situation and you're not taking the necessary precautions and the necessary steps. But with the Ten of Cups being here, I'm sorry if this is like kind of long-winded and but Lord of Pentacles success, or excuse me, Lord of perfected success, which the Ten of Cups is, because it is saying that finally the dream that you have fought for, you see it right before your eyes. You look around you 360 degrees and you're like, damn, look at my life. It's good. I have everything that I have ever wanted, and things I didn't even know I wanted or needed, I have in front of me. And that is the practice of gratitude, because this picture can look different for everybody. For one person, it might be that living in, you know, up on the hills in a, I don't know, a house with a jacuzzi, blah, 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 right? Or a beautiful lover. For other people, it's literally coming from homelessness to having a roof over their head. Having a meal 3 times a day. And no answer is wrong or right. But what I'm saying is that if you can be thankful for the things that you have now, imagine the extra things that you can have, that you, when you look around, you're going to be like, wow, I never even, well, I'm really grateful for having that, right? But the Ten of Cups tells you that it's long term. It's actually things that you really worked hard for, the things that you were very emotionally invested in, that is long term. Okay? It's like committing to somebody for life. It's like having a child. Again, you don't have to have all these things, but it's kind of like, it's like a lifelong thing. It's not one and done. Okay? It's not 18 and bye. The child will always be your child. No matter how old they are. So it's like something that you really truly want from the bottom of your heart, that you will have forever, that will continue to give to you. And you know, that's what I see here in this situation. But it's also that you kind of have to think smart about this thing, right? Like I said earlier, you got to put a t-shirt on before you fry up those egg rolls. You got to think smart. You can make a couple of trips from the car to the apartment so that you don't hurt yourself. You got to watch where you're going when you got swords in your hands, so you don't hurt yourself or you don't trip on it. It ends up stabbing you, right? You got to think really smart about this. But in any case, you got that desire, you got that power to pull you through. Okay, I hope that resonated with some of you guys. This third one was a little bit different than the rest. Then let's pull this one. Ask a yes or no question. Oh, okay. So reconsider. You got to kind of think about it. See, this person, whatever this person or being is, has got a sword right there. So again, you got a lot of that swords energy. You got to reconsider. You got to think about it. You got to be smart about this. Okay? And also you got to put your belief in this situation. So that's the reconsider. I'm going to pull another one because that was kind of fast, and see if there's anything else for whoever needs this message. There we go. Romance. Okay. Which is kind of weird. It's like, I thought this was a yes or no deck. I haven't used it in a very long time, but maybe for some of you guys it does involve romance, because it's that desire, that passion, that energy between something. Yeah, and also with the romance, guys, if this doesn't resonate with you, like I said earlier with the Ten of Cups, this is something you're emotionally invested in, right? This is something you're willing to commit to because you feel a strong emotional connection with it. So with romance, it's like you gotta remember that when you're in a relationship with whatever it is, whether it's your career or a person or a life partner or whatever, you gotta constantly remind yourself that romantic feeling in the beginning doesn't last forever, but it evolves like a Pokemon, right? It doesn't stay in one shape, but it evolves with each year that passes. You fall in love more and more and more, but that feeling, that butterfly in the stomach feeling, might be expressed in a different way if you're in a relationship for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Same with your career, right? I was in a crisis. I was like, I don't want to fall out of love with tarot. I love what I do. So how do I respark this energy? How do I fall in love with tarot again? I'm going to look at it in a different perspective. I'm going to sit with each card and see how it relates in my life. Right now is 31, right? Not the way when I started, when I was a teenager or whatever. Right now, how do I relate to it? Then I have a fresh new perspective and relationship with each card. So that's just one thing. There needs to be something that sparks joy and that butterfly in your stomach. Fall in love with what you do or who you are with again. But there needs to be a different way that you approach it. That's why it's the swords. Different way that you're going to think about it. Perceptive, and the belief that you have about it, okay? All right, that is what I see. Yeah, that's what I see for you guys. All right, I'm gonna let you go, but I hope you guys enjoyed this reading and this style. I'm so glad if it resonated with even one person. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.